Greetings friends and motorcycle enthusiasts, especially people into electric motorcycles. It has been a while since I did a ride video and a vlog, so I decided to make a short one. My ride should not be more than 20 minutes. So let's get started. It's a very nice day. It is the first day of fall. During summer I have not been riding real often. It wasn't a good summer somehow. It was either really hot and humid, or it has been rainy and wet, so I haven't taken my electric motorcycle outside. It is fully charged. I also checked the tire pressures. Everything seems to be good, so we are good on our way. My ride will be about maybe 6-7 miles, and there shouldn't be much traffic. So, I don't know if you can see the screen, but this motorcycle is nearing 300 kilometers. So that should be around 180-190 miles. It is not much since my rides have been usually short distance. As I mentioned in my previous videos, this can have a range anywhere between 15 miles up to 35 miles if you are really judicious about using your throttle. It has two modes, as I mentioned earlier. S mode, I'm riding in the S mode, which is the sport mode, which draws more power from the battery and it doesn't restrict its top speed. And then there is the D mode, which is for saving a lot of battery and it extending the range, but you can only go up to about 28 miles per hour on a straight and level road. I have not been able to pass that except when I'm going downhill. If you haven't watched any of my videos, I already have 12 videos about this motorcycle, starting from me importing two of these, this one for me and the other one, the red one, for my son, older son. And they have been the lowest models possible, so smallest motors, but they both have 2000 watt motors, hub motors inside the rear wheel, and the battery is 72 volts and it's lead acid. The capacity was listed when I was buying, I never checked it, but as 20 amperes hours to 28H. It's quite low, but it does the job for the purpose I purchased this, basically putting around the city and just sometimes commuting to work, which is not that far for me. Depending which road I take, it's anywhere between 6 to 10 miles. The 10-mile version is on the faster roads, and I did that once, and then on the way back I was depleting the battery. I was always in the red. Probably half of the way coming back home. It was a little stressful. So I'm not going to take that road. I'm going to take the middle road, which is going to probably around 7 miles or so. If you have watched my other videos, you know that I have been really into older Japanese sport motorcycles. I have several of those, but lately I have been considering my interests in those and reevaluating. And the reason being is I have been doing more fixing and tinkering and trying to figure out what is wrong than riding. With this one, it is like a non-event. Going on a ride is non-event. As long as the tires have enough pressure and it has the battery charged, I just put in the key and it just go, twist and go. There's no stress, there's no warming it up. Especially with the carbureted ones, one except all the other Japanese motorcycles are carbureted in my case. The only one that I have fuel injection on is my 2005 Honda CBR 600 F4i, and that's basically one of my newest motorcycles, most modern compared to this. But everything else is like older. And by the way, if you watch my video about my blue 1993 Suzuki Katana 750, that one is gone. I sold it this summer. Yeah, some of you may say, why did you sell your nice Katana 750? It was so pristine, a little over 10,000 miles, original miles, taken care of very well. Well, you know, I still had to clean the carburetors, and it had issues with the front brake from time to time, which I couldn't figure out. And it was eating up a lot of gas and smelling like gas. And at one point I said, hey, you know, can I justify keeping this? No, probably not. I need to make some space in my garage. It was already crowded with these 2 electric motorcycles coming in. So, oops, force of habit, I went to the fast route. Alright, I have to switch over to the slower route. So I'm on the south side of Charles River right now, and I need to get to the north side, which is the slower route. Because otherwise, I'm going to be in the same situation like the last time I took this route. On the way back, I'm going to run out of juice. Anyway, I was saying I was trying to make some space in the garage. And also, I am thinking of getting another electric motorcycle, probably the same model as this. Yeah, you may say why. Well, I want to get something more powerful. So these two, my sons, and this one has, as I mentioned, motors of 2000 watt motors. And I want to get something stronger, probably 8,000 or 10,000 watts, and register it as a proper motorcycle and be able to go hopefully on highways and faster roads and have a little bit of more range. Yes, it is exciting. I think my brother-in-law, my wife's brother, he's getting into interesting motorcycles as well. He has always been, I think, but didn't want to make the commitment. Reason being, you know, it takes a lot of effort to learn how to ride a gas motorcycle. Whereas electric motorcycles, even if you know how to ride a bicycle and have good judgment on the street, good driver, you should be able to get started. I always recommend, no matter what, taking the Motorcycle Safety Foundation's course. It is a fantastic course. I think it's around $300, but they provide you with everything. Even if you don't have a helmet, I recommend you bring your own helmet, but they will provide you with that one as well, including the motorcycle. And usually it's like 2.5 days. You start on a Friday evening, the classroom exercise, and on Saturday and Sunday you are on the motorcycle. You are learning all the basic stuff, everything you need to learn. So that's a fantastic course, MSF, Motorcycle Safety Foundation. But anyway, so now that there are electric motorcycles and he has seen my videos and seen my wife ride it and she has never ridden a motorcycle before, now he's interested. So I may be importing 2 more or maybe more, depending if I have any friends who would like to get some of these, because the more the better. Because there are some fixed costs associated with importing anything. So if you are bringing more units, you get better discounts and you consolidate everything. You know, customs broker fees and shipping and everything gets cheaper, so the unit price gets less expensive. All right, I'm going to cross over Charles River now to my other route. So we'll see. Stay tuned about that. And what about this motorcycle? I mean, it has been, you can see, almost 300 kilometers. At 320, that will be 200 miles. So 320 kilometers corresponds to about 200 miles. It has been doing well. The brakes are good. The battery is good for what it is. Lead acid, 20 amp hour battery. I mean, it hasn't had any issues so far. It is kind of like still brand new. In terms of riding, I mean, it's comfortable, good riding position. I mean, I'm very upright right now. Very easy, no nonsense. So yes, I have been happy so far. Doesn't mean, you know, long-term ownership is going to cause any issues. Am I going to keep it? I don't know. I mean, let's see if I'm going to get the other one, stronger one. I'm playing by the ear, just deciding day by day. But for what I'm using it now, it is comfortable. I like the styling, especially the styling. I'm not going to say much about styling, except, yeah, it kind of reminds me Kawasaki Ninja 300. Go check out pictures of Ninja 300. I'm not going to comment more than that. I'm not going to say it's a knockoff or anything, because it's an electric motorcycle, but I like the styling. And I would like to share another thing with you that I haven't mentioned in my previous video. I think I haven't mentioned it before, but have you heard of Damon motorcycles? More specifically, Damon Hypersport or HS. So Damon Motorcycles is based in Vancouver, Canada. It's an electric motorcycle company, and their first model is the Hypersport. And I heard about this first time back in January. So I was sitting in the barber shop waiting for my turn to get a haircut. It is January 12th, and I'm just browsing the news on my cell phone, and I see this announcement. Damon Hypersport releases a 200 miles per hour motorcycle, electric motorcycle. Of course I was intrigued. I just clicked on it, and so I read the article. I was very amazed about its capabilities, and it was saying, well, Damon Motorcycles is taking $100 deposits to reserve yours. The release date to be announced, probably 2-3 years out. They were just starting up, I think. So on a whim, I took out my credit card, clicked the link, paid $100, and was one of the first 100 people who probably signed up and put the deposit on a Damon Hypersport. It was impulse, but it was, I think, good impulse. You know, what do I have to lose? $100. And by the way, they were listing this motorcycle as, you know, $25,000 motorcycle. You may say, hey, that's expensive. You can get a Kawasaki H2 or something really fast. True, but do I want to? Like, let me tell you the specs if you don't already know. So they're claiming this motorcycle can go over 200 miles per hour. It has a 200 plus miles range on highway and 300 plus mile range in the city. That's crazy. It is supposed to have 200 horsepower, and I mean, we are talking about instantaneous torque. In this case, it's electric, no gearing, just the torque comes on almost from 0 RPM from get-go. But not only that, they claim it has an acceleration 0 to 60 under 3 seconds, 0 to 100 miles an hour under 4 seconds. I mean, that's fast by any standard. Motorcycle or supercar, by any standard, it is quick and fast. And there are so many other features. It doesn't have rear mirrors. It has a large screen over here that serves as a rear mirror. And it has a safety feature that's called the co-pilot. So it has 360 sensors all around, looking forward, sideways, backwards, warning the rider. It has haptic vibrating handlebars that can alert you, so there is somebody in your blind spot on the right, it will vibrate the ride. Also on the windscreen it has these strip of LEDs, so it can alert you visually as well as the vibrational handlebars. It will tell you it's on right or left. The new cars, they have that feature on their rear view mirrors. If you have a motorcycle or a car in your blind spot, they just blink an orange light. So it has similar features. But not only that, it has a computer or chip or whatever you call it, which is tracking at any time 64 cars or vehicles around you in real time. It's kind of like what the fighter jets, they have the HUD, heads-up display, and if there is another enemy fighter flying in front of them, they will box it and then they'll follow it. It's kind of like that. It is tracking those and trying to figure out if they may be a danger to you, a hazard to you, and they warn you. So actively searching and trying to predict other vehicles' route. That's amazing. And also I believe they are trying to program experience sharing between the Hypersports. So it will be all the data on the riding is collected, and the riders will be sharing experiences. Finally they are fixing this road. This was so bad. I was just avoiding this road, especially when I was on my motorcycle or even on my car, Ford Fiesta ST. It has very stiff suspension, so finally they're fixing it. I'm glad. Anyway, back to Damon Hypersport. So the rider experiences, and so they learn. It's basically a neural network learning from the traffic, the incidents that all these motorcycles collect and share, so that they can create better programs to protect the rider from these kind of dangers, which I find really amazing. So paying $25,000 for that, I will take it in a day. I will sell all my gas motorcycles except one, because I really love that Honda CBR 600. So that's my baby. I don't think I'm going to ever sell it. But furthermore, it is called Hypersport, not Super Sport. Why Hyper? Because it has another feature. So when you are riding it, there's a switch, and using that switch, you can change the riding conditions, the riding angle. So it can change the height of the handlebar, it can change the height of the foot pegs, and it can change the height of the seat. And there are three settings, three settings. One is of course the super sport mode, butt high, the hands low and feet up position. And then there is a medium mode basically like a sport touring mode. And then there is a commuting or cruising mode, which is very comfortable. It's almost like a standard motorcycle. That's very comfortable. So you basically get 3 different motorcycles in one. So if they can really provide what they are promising, live up to expectations, I think $25,000 is great. I mean, if I buy it and don't like it, I'm sure I can sell it for the price I paid, because there are probably going to be people lined up if they can promise, if they can deliver on their promises. So that's the reason that $100 is basically no risk. I mean, in the worst case, if they go belly up, the company goes bankrupt, I will lose $100. Not a big deal. Even if they ask $500, let alone even if they ask $1,000, I would have paid that initial down payment for something that's so promising. It's not just a motorcycle, but it is actively safe motorcycle basically. Wow, this shows that the pandemic is slowly ending. I hope it's not my wishful thinking, but because the traffic is definitely more than just a couple of weeks ago. So there's my take on Damon Hypersport. And I recently read an article, or I think the company announcement that now they are taking deposits from European customers, so they're opening up to Europe. They must be doing good in order to, open up their market. I hope so, because I'm really looking forward to it. In my opinion, it's going to take a while, probably at least another year or two. They've been pretty hush-hush, but reading their announcements, they have been growing, they have been hiring more people. It's a good sign. I think they raise more money. So, I mean, electric vehicles, motorcycles, cars, they are here to stay. Because basically they are the next level. I really like my Ford Fiesta ST internal combustion. I really like my Honda CBR internal combustion. I don't think I will ever get rid of those. I mean, I always would like to have an internal combustion vehicle in my garage. But I'm old. So the new generation is going to grow up with these electric ones. And at one point, there's not going to be any distance anxiety, because they're going to figure out faster charging technologies, more network for charging, and even battery swaps. So that's all coming. So, yep, I'm getting more and more into electric vehicles. Well, I am almost done with my vlog. It has taken a little longer to finish because there was a little bit of traffic and road work, as you can see. So sorry I've been mumbling for too long. Anyway, let me know in the comments if you would like to see anything specific about these two Chinese electric motorcycles. There are a lot of bashers, haters. I'm just being pragmatic. Hey, if it fits my purposes, if it fits my requirements, I'm happy to use it. I'm not going to say this is American, this is Chinese, this is European. I'm just going to adopt it, anything useful. As long as it serves me well, my budget as well as my needs, I'm going to continue using it. I'm going to continue making videos about it and try to give my honest opinion, an honest review. So Yeah, so please let me know if you have any questions, if you'd like to see some other features of these. I have been promising a strip down on one of these or both of these electric motorcycles, so I'm going to do it hopefully soon. And then I'm going to do another riding video with 2 motorcycles together with my son. So those are coming. Please stay tuned. And thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, please make sure to give me a thumbs up. If you like the content of props and wheels, please consider subscribing. We have been growing and we are getting close to 500 subscribers, which is a big thing for us. So yeah, let us know what you'd like to see. And at 500 we are going to announce a giveaway. It's going to be RC aircraft related, not motorcycle related, but if you're interested in radio control, remote control aircraft, it may be something for you. So make sure to watch that video and wait for reaching 500 subscribers, which will be happening probably in the next week or 2. Well, stay safe and healthy. Hope to see you on the next video. Take care. Bye bye.
As you can tell, this video is not over and I'm still here. The reason is I had my first major issue while I was riding back home. I guess I talked too soon at the beginning of the video that I haven't had any issues with this motorcycle. So until this major issue is resolved, I won't be able to make any more videos, at least riding videos, on this motorcycle because it is safety related.
Alright folks, I'm back and I'm on my way back home, and I think my motorcycle is developing an issue with the steering. So in the morning I was thinking to myself that the steering is a little stiff, and then I thought, oh, maybe that's my imagination. It is not. So it almost feels like the bearing, the steering bearing, is either seizing or is damaged, because you know how you try to turn a bearing that's seized, it goes and then stops and then clicks again and just catches and releases. So the same thing is happening. I'm going to try to show you. So it's in the middle and see, it just clicked in and then turned around. I have to push it to go to the left, and then it is getting stiff, and then it's like stopping in certain locations, like going in little steps. So which is bad because it is dangerous. So what I have to do is take the head off, steering head off, and see inside if the bearing needs lubrication. I hope that will be enough. If not, it looks like it's going to need a new bearing. So I just wanted to give this portion, just wanted to let you know at the end of the video, because without that I'm just going to park this in the garage and not use it again until this is fixed. I'm having trouble steering it a little bit, especially that clicking part is right in the middle, so trying to go left or right, I mean I have very little movement, as you can see, in the middle, in the center, and if I have to rotate the steering more, it catches and I have to put force into it, which is dangerous because then it suddenly releases and then I ended up oversteering it. See, like it just happened. Anyway, just wanted to report this here, and probably on my next video you may be seeing me trying to repair it. So until then, take care, stay safe.